Sig Energy.
Sig Energy.
Sig Energy.
Sig Energy.
Good morning, YouTube. We've got a game-changing device being installed today. This is our first DC to DC EV charger from our favourite new company, Sig Energy. Or is that how it's pronounced? Let us know how you pronounce it in the comments. So this is the first DC to DC charger that you can buy on the UK market that you can legally install and use. You'll notice, different to normal EV chargers, this has the DC outputs on the CCS2 plug. That means you can connect your car and your home battery together via the DC circuitry, giving you stronger charging and bi-directional charging. So one thing people don't realise is how big a car battery is in comparison to most batteries installed in UK homes. This gives you the opportunity to bi-directionally charge your home battery from your car. So if you have a power cut, like we did with Storm Dara in our local area, then you'll have not only the 16 kilowatt hours here, but you'll have another 50 to 100 kilowatt hours in your car.
So what we've done so far this morning is put the mounting plate on the floor and make sure that it's level, and then we stacked all the modules on top of each other, and then on the top here we've got the Sig Energy controller, and we've mounted them back into the wall with the fixings provided from Sig Energy. So moving down from the energy controller, we've got a DC charger, but this one is bi-directional. So this can send AC and convert it into DC out to the car, and then the car can send DC back and convert it into AC, so the domestic property can use the energy. So this DC charger is the only unit in the UK that can do this type of charging. So the car can run the whole property if we had the blackout or a complete power cut.
Another huge step forward with this technology that this has enabled us is the ability to charge your car at 25 kilowatt hours instead of the comparative 7.5 that you get on most domestic EV chargers. This means you can charge your car super quick and not have to worry about waiting overnight for that charge. Of course, this will be limited by the size of battery and the connection to the grid you have, but in perfect conditions, that 25 kilowatt hours is going to charge your car very quickly.
So this is Will Watkins. So Will's currently mounting up the bracket for the gateway. So not every installation needs a gateway, that's purely down to the customer. So the gateway basically detects that you haven't got any power and it'll switch over to use the batteries.
So the main job of the gateway is to ensure that you're not putting any power back to the grid in an event of a power cut. So for safety reasons, it puts it in island mode so that anyone working back in the grid when there's a power outage won't get electrocuted.
We know lots of customers in our area were badly affected by Storm Dara when it hit. Some of them were off for nearly a week without power. And lots of these people are trying to run local businesses, they're working from home, and with everyone being back in the house and no power, it was very frustrating. We're really proud to be able to install these battery systems to increase resilience in our local area, and that's really, really great. But even with an average size system, 10 to 20 kilowatt hours, that's still only a few days of power. So having this ability to plug your car in and expand your battery by another 80 kilowatt hours in this instance, that's giving even more independence and control.
So right now, the client has opted for a system that doesn't involve solar panels. However, if they did in future want to add that to the system, they could. This would also give them the option to sell power back to the grid.
So this is the new Skoda Enyaq, and this car has an 82 kilowatt hour battery. Of course, in most homes, you're probably going to see a 5, 10 or 15 kilowatt hour storage solution. It's not often that you'll get more than that, as it doesn't really make sense unless coupled with a very big solar solution. So having this much battery available also gives you way more freedom when it comes to backup. Although most of the time this car is going to be away from the property, when there is a power cut, it's going to be here and you can use it to power your home.
Would you love me better if I could?
The system's all installed now. We've got the power on. Connor's connected it to Wi-Fi and now he's just setting it up and commissioning it through the app.
Oi, Will.
Yeah.
Who's this system made by?
Sig Energy.
Sigenergy.
Sig Energy.
Siobhan, this system, who's it made by?
Sig Energy.
Would you love me better if I could?
We're really lucky to be able to do this installation today. We've been asked by Chris from v2xsolutions.com to come and help him with the installation. On his website, you'll be able to see all the different types of DC EV chargers available and how they can help you at your property.
So we're all done at the job here today. The system's all commissioned and ready to go. This customer now has almost 100 kilowatts of energy to use. That's 82 from the car and 16 from the battery. So, with that said, how about we go make a cup of tea?
I've just put the kettle on. I'm going to have a look on the app now to see if I can see the load. So this is a really easy way to check quickly if the system is working as it should. There were no loads on. I've turned the kettle on and we can see nearly 3 kilowatts used in the home coming from the battery system, supplemented by a small reading on the grid. But that small reading is just a check figure. It's absolutely tiny. So we're boiling the kettle from the battery system. So we've got the car plugged in now and we're testing the system. On the app I can see that the car is charging at just over 20 kilowatts an hour. That is huge in a domestic property. So there's a couple of limitations here that mean we can't quite get to the 25 kilowatt hours. This controller, the Sigenergy controller, is limited to 12 kilowatts with the inverter. And we've got 2 battery modules that can discharge at a rate of just over 4 kilowatts. So together we've got 8 kilowatts there, 12 here, giving us just over 20 kilowatts to the car. If we did want to make use of the full 25 kilowatts, then we'd need another battery module. Thank you for joining us for another project. And thanks for all the support on our last video. It's had by far the most views we've ever had. And it's really exciting to grow this channel. So we really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to know more about the projects we can help you with, then get in touch with us. All our details will be on the end screen or in the description below. If you'd like to know more about DC chargers also, then check out v2xsolutions.com.